So I started bringing some tools in here. So not one complete set except for the 3/8. Got my daughter to put that sticker on there. If you haven't checked out that YouTube channel, check it out. Lots of classic cars. These are my sockets and stuff. I still got to organize this a bit. I'm not sure what I'll do. So I passed inspection, and now I just have to do the ease drafts, put the covers on all the plugins, and then I could pass, then I could pass final inspection where everything is closed off. But I passed the inspection where I can cover the walls and do all that stuff. So I've got everything kind of insulated up to there, and I just have to do the vapor barrier and then the siding ease drafts on the outside and the fascia and stuff. Or no, I have the fascia, but just on the outside around the ease drafts. If you have one of these and you've got lots of extra drill bits, this is from Mr. Wilson was his name. So yeah, he passed, and his family asked me if I wanted some tools, or asked my uncle, so my uncle recommended me. So this was his, and then he had all the drill bits, so I thought that was a very good idea. So I got a few of these kind of from him, and some random tools, a lot of woodworking tools. So he was kind of, him and my grandpa knew each other, and I guess they were friends because they're probably pretty similar. They both liked woodworking and stuff. But yeah, I like that idea. And then I got my center punch and stuff there. And he had like these ones where they're square. So he had those all on the bottom. And once you start getting to the 33 and the 64th, you start getting too big for this. But for all their smaller bits, it's very, very handy. I like that idea. These are the spare tires for the tow truck. I got the light bar for the tow truck. I have to get these 1-inch LEDs or 3/4 inch LEDs and these 2.5-inch LEDs. I picked up this table. I don't know if I told you guys yet. So this is like a lifting up and down table. I want this to be like my mini welding table. I installed these shelves here, and they've got 10 4-inch screws or 10 3.5-inch screws on them. I don't really have too much in them yet. Just kind of random junk right now. These ones have nothing in them. I brought this toolbox in, and this is what I want to make my welding cart. So I'll have my welding tools there, and then I got to make a little table that comes off the back to hold 2 small gas bottles. I might do one on each side to kind of level the weight out. So right now I have the gas for aluminum because I got to do the welding on the tow truck, so I bought a small bottle. So yeah, I'm going to make the lip and then a chain bit for the gas bottle. And then I guess I could kind of rotate whatever bottle I'm using to the one side that will have the feed for the welder. This one, I just got some random junk in this drawer. And these I found on the side of the road, and they were free. This bit was all open, and I took the one that I broke down here. So I took the top of it and I made that shelf out of it because that shelf was missing. It had the slider, so the screws that I use are kind of too big. I might have to sand them down, grind them down, and then that should make this smooth. And then this one I took out of there, the one that I broke down. So I'll kind of keep that one because like a kind of turns it into a desk and makes it a bit more handy. I installed the tire rack. I wanted to install another tire rack there, but I need 46 or 47 inches, and up to that point there would be 42 inches. So that kind of screwed me, so I may do one that goes down, because I have another set of rims like this. These are for the tow truck, but I have another set like this for my dump truck, and then I have to get rubber for them. So what I wanted was 2 spares for the tow truck, 2 spares for the dump truck, and then another tire rack there for that, and then eventually tire machines there. It's my goal. So we'll see how that pans out. This seat is for the dump truck. It's a 94 GMC, and whoever had it before put 2 rear seats. It's a crew cab, so I have a rear seat in the front and a rear seat in the back. So my wife always complains whenever she drives in it that it's uncomfortable. So I got these seats for that, and I just got to install those. When I bought them, they were missing bolts, and the seats that are in there only had 4 bolts, so I bought a couple more bolts. So I'm hoping those will fit. This seat is going to go into the tow truck. I've mentioned before that the tow truck has a different seat, and then it sits kind of at an angle like that, and it's on top of the original frame for this one, so it's like a frame on a frame with the seat. So yeah, this one is probably going to have that arm taken off for the center console to go up, and use the 60/40 split bench in the tow truck. And that's where I'm at. So right now I'm getting some plants, weeds growing from before, kind of like that there. So tomorrow I want to do a bit of wiring there, fix it up. It's just done, but later on I want to build a shed on the outside, and I want the door here. So kind of where the toolbox is, there will be a door that'll lead into the shed so that nobody can really break into the shed. And the shed's going to be as long as the building. I'm just going to build the shed after I get everything inspected, because it's going to go on the current pad, which is kind of right to the property line. And so I've been digging this out today to get rid of any weeds, and then I want to do this concrete tomorrow. And yeah, I want to get it up to about there, and then kind of level this off, because I don't know if you can see it, but it dips, because this was originally going down to drive the vehicles up. So yeah, I want to cover all that and then layer that out, kind of make it flush. Alright, well, thanks for watching. And yeah, I put plywood here because I had 2 sheets extra and that would cover that. And then with tires, I figured plywood would be better than drywall. The rest of the garage, I want to drywall it. And then I have these shelves over here. So those 3 shelves I want to put up kind of over there. One might fit over that, so, but then if I put them there, I don't think they'll open. So either they'll go in that corner or they'll go here. And then that corner will have the heater. The second plug in there is going to be for an exhaust fan, and that will go up into there. And I'm going to have like a 2-port for an exhaust, and then blow that out. So if I'm running a vehicle in here, it can clean out the exhaust air a little bit quicker. I'm not too sure about what to do with an air intake. If I did it, it'd have to be either on this wall or the other wall. They don't want any holes through here. That's one thing I had to fix, was I had a hole for the exhaust fan before, and they wanted that gone. So yeah, this is kind of where I'm at. Oh yeah, and then this weekend too, I'm going to continue this shelf. So this shelf is going to come all the way and then up to that one. And then it will hold that and my other saw over there, and then some other tools from in the house. And then the door that I was building to go on the outside, I want to put that on there too before I start bringing in any tools. And then I got to get this thing done. So it's a big, everything's in everything's way, kind of how it always is with me. So yeah, I want to get all this into the walls and out of the way, and then I'll have to get vapor barrier later and fix up the concrete. Well, thank you for watching.